Hi, everyone, and welcome to another installment of I Evan Love Cinema. And it is time for me to discuss my third Carlos Enrique Taboada film and what is so far my favorite film by him, Rapina. Rapine, which means robbery, grave robbing, and stuff like that. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on Vinegar Syndrome's Restoration, which is where I saw it on the Mexican Gothic Blu ray set, I'll leave the link for that review in the description for anybody who wants to see it. Rapina is a fantastic film. This is again like our favorite thing about Carlos Enrique Taboada is his films that aren't direct horror films like Más Negro que la Noche. They don't start off as horror films, and this film starts off as a drama, as a western essentially, right? About Porfirio. I mean, my bad. I'm sorry. Who is a poor lumberjack in a rural village, and his father is dying. And when that, in combination with hearing his small town doctor badmouth the people of the town for being small minded and simple and stuff like that, he begins to yearn for something more, especially because his wife is pregnant and he wants a better life for his child. And he kind of goes on this midlife journey, this existential crisis where he starts to ponder, like, what is my life? What else is out there? Like all these, sort of relatable things. And one day when he's working by himself, he witnesses in this, by the way, super low, like, I want to say, first of all, it's super impressive what they did, like with the low budget effects they had. But like, if they would have just erased that little stick, it would have been so much better. But that's just me being like a douchebag, right? Being an American, spoiled American CGI douche. It's still a really impressive effect what they do. But he witnesses this plane crash, and on this plane is a bunch of wealthy people, and all of a sudden, because of the belongings they have, he has a path to that better future for him, his family, and his child. And he gets his best friend and his family involved. And this is, up there with some of the best revisionist Western films with a horror edge on it, because we are essentially watching Porfirio break bad. This is very much up there with the modern American anti-hero, where this guy with all the best intentions in the world, who for himself wants to live a better life than his family before him, but also wants to give a better life to his child. How that drives him to increasingly more horrific acts until just the sort of complete gut punch of an ending. This is my favorite sort of revisionist type of story, where you take this guy who by all means is on this very likable, very relatable path, and then you just show the inevitable outcome of chasing these dreams, to their logical conclusion. And by the way, very interesting that everybody on that plane was white, and that definitely, I think, informs sort of the subtext of this movie, especially when you watch the scene with the doctor. This is such a just great watch. Like, I really was gripped by this movie from the very beginning. Like, maybe it was like what I was like going through emotionally when I watched it, but just that existential sort of desire to just find what's out there, and all that, and just that inability to just and take it for granted what's in front of you. Like, yeah, like that is such a gripping sort of theme. And then watching this guy just lose himself, completely lose himself. It's just a hell of a journey, and it was just an absolute pleasure to watch. Again, out of all of Carlos Enrique Taboada's movies that is included on Vinegar Syndrome's Mexican Gothic box set, this was my favorite. I mean, I really love Veneno para las hadas, but like that was very much playing in this sort of magical realism, childlike lens. Más Negro que la Noche was just like a really fun genre exercise. But Rapina, this is just a great storyteller, a fantastic director, just operating at maximum level, and just telling a very meaningful story. And just it's such a shame, guys. It's such a shame that America, we our films, our directors are spread all over the world. There's people in India who know who Martin Scorsese is, but most Americans don't know about India's Martin Scorsese. And I don't know where Carlos Enrique Taboada fits in the overall landscape, who you can compare him to, you know. But this is a voice in horror who should be more well known, more celebrated, definitely amongst Mexican Americans, amongst myself, but also amongst primarily the horror community, because this guy has horror chops. He gets it. He gets what makes horror as a genre such a great vessel for very specific themes and ideas, and he just executes it time after time so effortlessly. Whether it be the sort of 70s feminist versus traditional values subtext of Más Negro que la Noche, or this sort of magical realism, loss of innocence tale of troubled kids who are troubled to their most like tragic logical conclusion that is at the heart of Veneno para las Hadas, or the existential capitalistic dread at the heart of Rapina. This guy is able to use horror to just really ring out just a fantastic perspective on all these ideas and all these themes that deserves to be paid attention to and celebrated and known. So if you've enjoyed my reviews of Carlos Enrique Taboada's films, please check out Vinegar Syndrome's box set, Mexican Gothic, or find a way to see them somewhere, because these movies are amazing and should be watched. If you love horror, if you're a Mexican American who wants to, like myself, get more in touch with Mexican cinema, check these movies out because they freaking rule. Especially at Rapina, my favorite so far, and I really can't wait to see more of Carlos Enrique Taboada's films. I hope Vinegar Syndrome puts out more of his stuff, or I hope some other boutique label puts their stuff out, because just such a great director. I can't wait to see these. Just talking about these movies makes me want to see him again. Straight up, guys. So that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Ed. You guys have been super fucking cool. Till next time. Peace.